Good afternoon, Flosstube. It is October the 5th, and I'm here to do a real quick update on my September projects and a little bit about my plans for October. If you've been following my videos, you know that I'm doing several projects for Christmas, and so have been dedicatedly stitching on those. And this past month I have been really putting a lot of work into this one, the ultimate debate, over versus under, and so pleased to say that I finished it. And here it is. I didn't use a single thread. Well, that would be a lie. There are a couple of DMCs it calls for you to use that I did actually use in this project, but I used strictly DMC in it, except for the small amount of the sparkle acrylic here in the toilet paper holders. I stitched this on a 28 count Quaker's cloth. I used one of the DMC variations for the countertop. I blended or tweeded together two colors of brown for the cabinets. I used 3 different colors here in the toilet paper, and believe it or not, that is a light blue, a purple, and a green. It does not look like blue, purple, or green. And then for the cat, I used 3 strands of, and I didn't use DMC, I used Anchor Black for the cat because I wanted him a little plumper. And I pretty much followed the pattern as charted, except that the model stitch has some stitches in here, and when I went to follow the chart, those stitches weren't there, so I kind of tinkered with it a little bit and flushed this out a little bit. But I'm really pleased with it. I haven't had time to iron it yet, or wash it or iron it, but yay, that's another Christmas finish. Now the other one, I actually had 3 finishes this time. The other one that I finished was another Christmas project, and this was His Name is Jesus by Joyful Expressions. And I was not sure if I would get this done in September, but I did. I got it done the last day of September. And I used all DMC floss. I stitched 2/1, and I did this on a 28 count it's a fabric from Zweigart, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But it was just a normal 28 count, and I believe the color name on this is Bone. I used 4 different colors. I used a purple for the middle section, and then used 3 golds for the names. And I'll put the details on what I used down in the description box. So I was really tickled with the way this one came out. It came out very nice. There were only a couple of things that I did differently than the pattern. One was here on Jessie. They had it charted where this S actually had 1 additional stitch and this one didn't, and so I just left it off so that they matched up. And let's see, there was one other thing I did. Maybe in the back stitching. Actually, I think I did the back stitching here where it says of thee. I think I did that like 3 times before I got it to where it pleased me. I tried it one strand, I tried it a different color, I tried 3 different things and finally settled on that. But really glad that that's done. Then for September, my new start was this chart here. A girl can never have too many baskets, and this is for my sister-in-law who, she can never have too many baskets. But I knew when I got this that I would not use the included Ada, and I knew that I would be changing some of the colors because this is just not her. So I started that and got it finished, and this only took me about 4 days, I think. And as you can see, their version, mine, very different. I kept the color that they suggested for the hair and the boots and the gloves and the words and the back stitching, kept that the same. I kept the same lip color and the same color for her face and her cheeks and her skin here. But everything else I swapped around. I made the basket darker. Actually, I think this is the color they charted for the handle too, and I did keep it. I made the flower yellow instead. I kept their green because it went really well with that. I did the dress in red and the hat in 2 shades of purple. And it's kind of hard to see it on the model stitch, but the X's in the skirt, they are very definitely clearly X's, and I did not like that. I wanted it to look more like polka dots. So I did 1/1 and did 4 little stitches in each of those, which I liked much better. And the lips looked really blocky to me from the model, and so I did the lips 1/1. And it's not really showing that well right here. There were a couple other areas, and I do this as a normal course of event on anything I stitch, that they had quarter stitches, but I didn't like the final coverage of it, so I went in and did some 1/1 stitches to kind of flush out a few of the areas, especially up here in the hat and in the arms. And this looks so much better in person. It's not showing up very well. See if I put something behind it, if it shows up a little better. But yeah, that's a little bit better. But really pleased with this one. So that was 3 finishes in September. The other thing that I worked on in September was this. And this is the Jan Lynn kit, the winter sampler. And I finished up the back stitching in this area, which I didn't have last time you saw it, and if I can find it, I will insert a picture of what it looked like previous. Then I did all this back stitching here up in the Valentine section and with the boot, the ice skate. Put in the words here, and now I am down and working in this band here that's the little winter scene. So I'm not sure if this is going to get any love in October. It might, but it's not a priority this time around. Then I worked on one other thing, which was my Cupcake from Heaven and Earth Design, and I will put a picture in of what it will look like when it's finished. I did a little bit in September, but most of the progress since the last time you saw it, I've done just here in the last couple of days. So this was the one that I was working on for the 3rd challenge in the Heaven and Earth Facebook group, which there's no way I'm going to get this done by the 15th. But I am going to just work on this for a little bit because it's been calling to me. Now, my Christmas stitching, I am down to only one stitch to do, and it's a Paula Vaughn, and it's out of this book, Grandmother's House. And it is this one. It's called Growing in Love. And I have it started, and I have a good portion of the barn done. But that's about it. And this will be the last half at least of this month. This will probably be the only thing I'm working on, and I'm just going to really put a lot of effort into this and try and finish this up the 1st of November if at all possible. And I think that I'm going to do some of the back stitching along as I go on this one too. Then the other thing that I'm going to work on in October is this. This is my new start. I'm doing the Your Starch in Stitchmania. I'm doing 12 starts, and this is the one for October, and it's one of the Dolly Mamas, and this is for a really good friend of mine. I will not use the Ada that's in it. I also think I may change some of the colors. She really likes purple, so I may tinker a little bit with the outfit. I'm not sure yet. But for October, I'm going to work a little bit on Cupcake. I'm going to really put a lot in on the Growing with Love. And I'll try and finish this one this month. And that will be my stitching for October. November is going to be pick frames, get stuff pinned and laced and in frames for Christmas, and once I get all of my Christmas stitches fully finished, then I will show those. I will put the details on the colors that I used in the Girl Can Never Have Too Many Baskets chart, and also the Ultimate Debate down below in the description. I thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thanks to all of my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I'm about 5 subscribers away from 500, I believe. And I think that's it. I will see you all later. Happy stitching!